Okay, welcome everybody. Thank you for joining us this Monday evening for our very first 2017 team call. I appreciate everyone that's jumped on. I will tell you all that I will be recording these and then uploading them to just like a YouTube type video and sending out the link to that, just in case someone misses the call or can't jump on the call for the time being. But I'll also be able to share some things on my screen, which is what I'm going to do now. And that way you guys can watch along as well as listen all at the same time. So hopefully once I get this, I'll ask just to make sure everyone can see my screen. Can anybody jump on and unmute themselves and let me know if you can just see my screen here? So it's targeted skin. Yeah. Beautiful. Thank you. Okay. Really quickly, I wanted to just review some of the things that were mentioned and talked about on the video that I sent out as a link. And if you guys did not watch that, that did get emailed out to you via your arrow. So a few things I just want to talk on and touch on quickly in regards to sort of best practices and some just, I guess, general areas to find certain things. So one of the first things was your email notification settings. And this is a great thing to be able to change because in case you have this set to only receive your notifications via your email once a day, you potentially could miss out on certain blast calls that we have. Sometimes it will happen where it's like 2 hours before we want to do a fun, quick call, we'll send out a blast email via Arrow. And if your settings are not set to receive these notifications, that you have a message in your Arrow set to like every message or once an hour or whatever the case may be, you will and can miss out on some of those calls. So I wanted to show you guys just how to figure that out. So what you're going to do is right here under communications, you're going to go to your notifications tab, which is right here. And then under there, you're going to see this frequency section right here. And what I have mine set to is every message. Now, again, like I said, you can have it set to every hour. I think it defaults to once a day. It'll send you a notification to your email address if you do have an email in there in your Arrow. But I like to set it to every message just so that I know that all the messages that get emailed to me via my Arrow up here in my mailbox in Arrow, at least I know that there's something there for me to go in and check. So that's what I would suggest for that. Now, we do have within our library, we do have a new print shop, which has a lot of fun marketing materials and so on and so forth in there. So I wanted to show you guys, I know I mentioned this on the call, but I wanted to actually show you how to get there. So what you're going to do, again, communications, and you're going to go to library right here. And then under your marketing tab, any of these individual things you see right here, you can literally click on them and it's going to take you to that particular section, and then you can just scroll back up. But if you want to go under your marketing and you go here to this custom print shop, it's going to take you to a website called Vistaprint. And in Vistaprint, we have a ton of brand marketed materials in here. Again, there's stuff like stationery, magnets, posters, cups, mouse pads. I mean, you name it, it's in here. T-shirts, hats, so on and so forth. I had a lot of fun going through here and spending some of my hard-earned targeted skin commission money. But it's definitely well worth it because there's a lot of fun stuff in here, stuff that you can give away to people. One way to really help brand the company and brand yourself is to wear the things, wear certain things like T-shirts or have an iPhone case or, use a tote bag or something along those lines to carry your things around with you. If you work at a corporate office, you could get a mug. I mean, I don't know. There's so many different options, ways of starting a conversation with someone just regarding targeted skin. So I wanted to show you guys where that was found. Again, hold on. Sorry. I need to, hovering over that makes that little thing come down. So again, that is under communications, library, and then you're going to go to marketing. Another thing I wanted to show you, which is separate from the marketing section, but is still a marketing tool, are the new bifolds that we have. So if you actually go to shopping over here and go into, excuse me, marketing materials right here. Under here, it's going to show you the bifold that we have, and you can get packs of 5, you can get packs of 10, so on and so forth. So, and this is, I'm sorry, this is actually the bifold right here, and this is our actual lookbook, which is a little bit heavier of a multi-page document. So, actually, this is interesting that this is in here because I didn't think this was going to be up here this quickly, but that is great news. So this is our lookbook for targeted skin. You can order those in packs of 10, which is for $30. It's really inexpensive for the quality of what you're going to get there. So that's amazing. I'm glad that they have those in there. You learn something new every day. So the other thing, let's see here, excuse me for one moment. The other thing I wanted to show you all was in our library as well, there's a sales rep checklist, and something that I like to do whenever I onboard a new sales rep. And again, we did not have this as well done as we do now. So there will be some of you that I'll be just checking up with and following back up with to making sure that we've gone through all of this. But it's called the New Brand Representative Checklist. So on here, if you open this up, it really kind of goes through the things you need to know and the things you need in order to get started as a brand representative with targeted skin. So it'll just go over multiple different things on things you need to know, what you need to do, so on and so forth, creating your, brand story, so on and so forth. So I wanted to make sure that you guys all knew where to find that. Again, I'm gonna move this little thing here. It is going to be under communications and under your library. And then it's actually the first tab in training overview. So new brand representative checklist, which is right there. One thing while we're talking about the corporate call schedule right here, I'll just jump ahead and talk about a few things. We have listed our corporate call schedule in a one-page document for the next 30 days. So for Q1 of 2017, all of the corporate calls are listed here. They all have the same phone number and the same web link. So you can literally just plug those into your calendar. It's really nice. And I know for me, if something does not get done unless it's in my calendar. And so what I like to do is go through, whether it's just you do it for the month, right? At the beginning of the month, first thing you do, plug in all these calls. Put the phone number to the call and put the web link to the call in the notes section of your, or on your phone and the calendar on your phone. And then be done with it. Set a reminder, whether that's 30 minutes before or an hour before, whatever the case may be, so that you can make sure that you're attending and on those calls. We do have 2 calls coming up this week. One is going to be tomorrow, and that is going to be this DNA with Dr. Graf right here. It's tomorrow, January 10th at 2 p.m. Eastern, and he's just going to be reviewing the science of the testing and what it is that we do. So, and that will be recorded, so no need to worry if you cannot jump on that, but if you can, that'll be a great one for you to be on. Also, another pop-up call that we have added to the week is on Thursday, January 12th at 2 p.m. Eastern. We're going to be announcing sort of a pseudo contest called Go Premier, and it's for everyone. And it's not a contest of who can get the most or whatever the case may be. It's a contest for yourself. So definitely achievable for everyone to do. And so once we finish up with that call, it's something that I'm happy to sit down with each of you and plan and see about, targeting certain goals and so on and so forth. So that'll be a great call for you guys to jump on. Again, it will be recorded, so don't worry if you cannot be on that. But again, that's called the Go Premier call, and that's going to be Thursday, January 12th at 2 p.m. Eastern. So one of the things, I know one of the best practices I did tell some people about was plugging those into your schedule. What the corporate office will be doing, and I asked them to do this today, is on this calendar here, where you see to the right, it has all the dates of the month. I'm going to have them plug in every single call that we have, and this will be able to be live and interactive. So you'll be able to click on the actual day itself and it'll pop up and tell you what that call is, a little bit about it, the phone number, the web link, and then I believe you can even add it to your calendar that way. So they will be updating that. We weren't able to get to that today, but this is something that they will be including and adding into pretty soon here. So keep an eye out for that. That's another great way to just know when the calls are, dial-in information, so on and so forth. Now that we are in the beginning of the month, one of the final things I want to talk to you guys about before we just review a few things on the compensation plan and talk about our product spotlight is the fact of following up with your customers. So I know that, a lot of us have had some great success in the last few months of gaining new customers. And I know Jacqueline Bates, she was one of our top 3 sales reps in November, and she's on our team here, as well as Jane Riley. They had some phenomenal success gaining new customer business. This wasn't reorders. These were pretty much all new customers. Where they did almost over $2,000 worth of new business and new sales for the month of November, which was absolutely incredible. And I was so proud of both of them. So I know it can be done. It's just a lot of communication. It's following up. It's talking to people, definitely being out there and opening up the conversation whenever you certainly can. And so one of the things I want to make sure that we are doing is communicating with our customers. And so I wanted to show you guys exactly where to find where all of your customers are at so that you can have a list of it. You can know who they are, whatever, if you need to write it down. I know for me, I like to be more traditional and write everybody's name down and cross them off as soon as I've talked to them. But one of the great things to do is just following up with your customers, because we are a customer-centered and a customer-focused, customer-based company. We love our customers. Obviously, we love you all too as our brand representatives, but we wouldn't have a company really if we didn't have customers. So we need to make sure we are taking care of them and make sure that we're following up with them once a month and continuing to get them to know about our product spotlights and extra products that might be beneficial to them based upon their results and all that good stuff. So in Arrow, where you can actually find your organization, you're going to go to organization and graphic tree. I think graphic tree is probably the easiest way for you to find these folks. And I like to change my tree lines to indirect lines and then hit update here. But where you're going to find where your customers are all the way over. Typically, they're all the way over to the right. So if you can see, there's these 3 that are, or 4 that are just circles. Those are my regular customers. So what I'm able to do is I can either click on their name and it'll pull up some information on them, or I can just hover over, I can see their name here, and then I can just write them down and say, okay, I need to call Bob. Okay, I need to call Chris. Does he need to order some more sunscreen or something along those lines? So make a list of your customers. And again, they will always be just to the very right of your first line. So these are my first line, frontline reps here on this particular line. They will always be on your first line, but they will be all the way over to the right-hand side of your screen. So definitely make that a priority if you guys can this week, to just follow up with all those folks, making sure that they're happy and having success with their products, and be available to really just educate them on other products that might be beneficial to them in addition to what they're currently using. So that's something that's great to do. Now, the other thing I want to just mention or talk about briefly, and we're not going to do a full-on training on this, but I wanted to pull up some information on our compensation plan. We recorded a call on Friday with the help of some of our trusty sales reps and just reviewed basically everything that goes into this compensation plan. My suggestion would be to definitely take a listen to that, and don't listen to it just once. Listen to it 2 times, 3 times, 4 times, and really get a hold on it. Take notes, pause it, go back and rewind if you need to listen to something again. Break it down. I'd be happy to review it with each and every one of you individually, but if you don't take the time, I think yourself, to really engage and try to break it down to understand it, I can't do I guess the best way to explain is I would love to be able to do a mind dump on each one of you and just give you the knowledge that I've had. But again, I've had a lot of time in addition to what you all have had. It's just given me an advantage to really know it and understand it. But I want to help you, each and every one of you. I want to help you all be able to understand it and explain it the way that I do. So a couple of things that I know that are important. I want to just notate some changes that we've made. So I'm not going to go over everything, like I said. I just want to make sure that we understand a few things that have changed. This being one of them. We've changed, obviously, we used to call you guys independent sales reps. We've changed the name of that because we felt like a brand representative would just be much more exclusive to our brand. So we thought that that would be a better name for all of our sales reps that are out there. So we've changed the name from independent sales rep, ISR, to independent brand representative. And we're just calling you guys brand representative. But at each of our ranks, 1 through 9 that we have, so those are the rankings of a company, we've sort of changed some of these titles. So the first 3 really are the 3 that we changed from, I think it was sales rep, and I can't even remember them honestly now, senior sales rep potentially, to ambassador, senior ambassador, and premier ambassador. So basically what this means is we changed these names and titles, but we've also changed some of these rankings to make them a little bit more attainable. So senior ambassador, those have changed. It used to be 500. Premier ambassador, I believe that was 1,500. And then sales leader, I believe this was 5,000. And so we've changed these 3 rankings. These ones below, 5 and below, they did have higher qualifications a long time ago, but we did update and change these. I want to say that happened about four months ago or so. But most recently are the changing of these 3 right here, the senior ambassador, premier ambassador, and sales leader. So that's one of the main changes. Another one of the changes or enhancements, I should say, are we used to, this very 5th, where it says generation payments right here. This basically used to be the leadership bonus pools that we had, and we changed this to be generation payments. The generation payments are something I don't want you guys to stress out about at the current moment. What I would really love for you guys to be able to know and sort of start to understand are the how the DNA test bonus and the retail commissions work, but also understand the retail bonus pools. And most importantly, I think beyond the DNA test bonus and the retail commissions is this unilevel commissions platform. And I know some of you probably are like me, where it's hard for you to understand it until you've actually started to earn some commissions and can kind of see that all coming into play. So I wouldn't stress too much about, okay, I need to know this right at this exact moment. Like, give yourself some time. Actually, spend some time in the commission document. Spend some time. I'm sorry. Sorry about that. Another call come through. Spend some time in this document. We will have the finalized version, I believe, sent out this week. So once you guys do receive that, open it up, take a look at it, and really see, try to do your best to get to understand it. And then I'd be more than happy to, I think what we're going to do next week is do more of a in-depth, where you guys have all had some time to really read this, understand it, watch the video. Listen to the video and listen to the recording that we did on last Friday, and then have your questions ready. And then we can kind of dial in and really figure out where it is you guys are lacking any understanding. And hopefully everybody will be in a good place after that call. So the next thing I wanted to mention to you guys is we changed the pricing for the initial DNA test plus 5-product kit and 3-product kit for brand representatives. So before, we had this priced at, I think it was $329 and $229. We bumped up the price for those just a little bit initially for them. So I wanted to make sure that we're all aware that that change did happen. Now, nobody needs to know when we go to, you know, sell a brand representative or potential new brand representative. We want them to, we don't need to necessarily let them know that the price used to be a little bit lower than that. I was not told the reason behind that. I would love to be able to give you an answer on that, but I'm sure that that's just was a change that was necessary based upon being able to pay out higher commissions, I'm assuming. So I just wanted to make sure that you guys were aware of that change there. In addition, I'm going to go to one of the pages all the way down below. And just so you guys know and remember, this document is not quite out yet, but it should be here and that by the end of the week, I would imagine. Now, the one thing I mentioned to you guys, unilevel commission. This is paid based on your rank within the company. So for instance, if you were to sell $1,100 worth of volume, and not you personally and you directly, this is everybody in your organization, and then the volume outside of your largest leg was $200 or more for everybody basically beyond your strongest leg in your organization. And you had in sales volume, whether you purchased this yourself or one of your sales reps, I'm sorry, one of your customers purchased $100 worth, you would qualify for rank 3 as a Premier Ambassador. What this basically means is that you would be paid 5% on your level 1, and then additionally on that would be paid a 5% commission on the volume that your level 2s did. So that's basically how to really read and understand and interpret this part of it. As you grow in the rankings from rank 1 to rank 9, the level commission or the amount of commission, the percentage of commission and the levels that you get paid on obviously increase. So if you go from a 3 to a 5 in 1 month, let's say, you know, 1 month you did 1,100, then the next month you grew an organization and your personal, you know, volume within your team was above 10,000, then you would pick up 2 additional levels to get paid commission on. And again, that goes all the way down to level 9, which is an executive director, the highest in the company. One of the things we ended up doing was adding 2 additional level 6 and level 7, because if you remember in our old documents, you were only paid up to your level 5, okay? So I'll give you an example. I have, and let's call it in my organization, I have myself, and then I have Cindy, who's on my level 1, and then I have Lindsay, who is on my level 2, but Lindsay is on Cindy's level 1 because she's directly underneath Cindy. And then I have Diane, who would be a level 3 to me. And then I have Hannah, who would be a level 4, because all of these people are directly underneath one another. Again, if anybody needs help strategically on how to build out their teams and their organizations, I'm happy to do so. There's really no trick to the trade, but it's almost just more of what do you think would be fair for the company, or I'm sorry, what do you think would be fair for your organization and your team that you're building out, not the company. I didn't mean to say that. Sorry about that. So that's one of the major changes. We as reps, which is amazing, we as reps get to pick up additional levels to be paid on, which originally had stopped at level 5. So we pick up these additional people on our level 6 and level 7. So that's pretty phenomenal there. And the only other thing I want to make sure you guys are aware of is the change of the leadership pools that have changed now to generation payments. Now, these can be a little bit confusing. I am not going to get into them today because I think I would cause a lot of confusion and chaos, and I don't want to do that to you guys. This is something that will come once you reach level 6 as a director within the company. So again, I think with some of us, we still have some time to learn this and to understand this. But what I would like for you guys to do is really listen to the recording that we did. And I believe it got sent out, it was either Friday or over the weekend that we sent it out, and just be able to listen to it and take some notes so that you can come to understand it and at least have some questions. And then we can review it within the next week or so and really break it down for you guys. So that's all that I have as far as the compensation plan is concerned, and some updates I just wanted to make you guys aware of. All of them positive and in our favor. So it is actually very generous of the company to do that. The only other thing that I wanted to mention, and I'm going to hop into our Facebook page here as a group, our Targeted Skin Facebook page, and the ISR National Distributor page. If you guys are not a part of this, I would highly recommend that you find us on website. It is, or on website, on Facebook. It is a closed group. If you just search for ISR National Distributor Group, or if you just let me know, I'll go and find you and I can add you to this group. But it's a great resource and source of information. We always try to update you guys quickly on the calls that we're going to be having. This is where we post a lot of the recordings that we do from a corporate standpoint. So that would be great if you guys can make sure that you are a member in there. The only other thing I want to talk about, and then we will be done, is the product spotlight. This is actually a really, really fun thing that we're starting to do, and basically give you guys an incentive to sell a certain product, and really an incentive to get to know a certain product. So the first one that we're starting with and doing is a diminishing eye serum. And this is an additional add-on product. So this is not one of our DNA-based products, but what this is really great for, it's a very lightweight, beautiful serum that has got a plethora of active ingredients, and it is absolutely amazing. I absolutely love this one. But what this is really great for is anyone who just wants something light for around their eyes, and it's going to help really improve the appearance of your fine lines and your wrinkles, crow's feet around the eyes. I won't say it's like Botox in a bottle, but it does have a similar like Botox effect, to where it helps soften a lot of those wrinkles and fine lines around your eyes. And certain ingredients in here, like the encapsulated retinol and different items that are going to be very active to help with the appearance of the wrinkles and the appearance of the fine lines. And so you guys can read through that. It gives all the active ingredients there. And the best thing about it is that we are offering 10% off for everybody. So what that means is if you have a potential customer that's been thinking about wanting to try targeted skin, maybe they're not so much on the DNA just yet, they're not quite sold on that. Maybe it's something that this is something that you start them off as. But every single level is brand representatives, preferred customers, as well as regular retail customers. The 10% off is across the board for all three of us, all three areas of targeted skin. So I would definitely recommend taking a look at that. I do believe it is for every 3 that your level 1s sell, then you will get 1 for free, whether you want to keep it for yourself or give that away, whatever the case may be. Do with it what you may. But if your level 1 sell 3, then you receive 1 for free. So that's the contest as a sales rep that we are doing at the moment. So I'm going to open it up for you guys. If you guys have any call or any questions at the moment, feel free to fire away at the moment. So open floor, open forum.
I have a question.
Yes, Hannah has a question.
Okay.
She's here with me.
So you said all of your level 1s, if they order 3 diminishing eye creams. Say I order 1 for myself, does that count?
No.
I didn't think so. Okay.
Nope. It has to be your brand representatives on your level 1, or they sell it to any of their customers, that counts as 3.
That's what I meant, not me.
Her question, it was if she buys one, does that count towards the 3 to get one free? And it does not. It has to be anybody that's in your organization below you, in your level 1.
Or a customer.
Or a customer in level 1.
Or a new customer.
Correct.
Okay, I have a question, Shannon, about that. So I have a person, a gal, who wants to try it. Should I send her to my website, and from there she orders it right from my website? Is that how it's going to work?
Your replicated site. Absolutely.
Okay. Okay.
And the pricing is in there as updated. So I wanted to show you guys that. Let me actually log out of here so it doesn't pull over my information. But if you go to your replicated website, okay, so here's mine. If you go to shop and go to all products, and it's right here, the product spotlight, which is going to give you all the information on it that we just saw in that little document.
That's great.
It says here, discounted price is reflected below. So this is the discounted price. This is normally a $60 product. Okay, so 10% off is $6, which gives us a $54 price tag. Okay, and so again, that price will be reflected if you were just go to all products over here, or you can even go to add-on products as well, and that'll be in there. It says sale, and then if you click on it, it says discounted price is reflected below. Okay, so I just wanted to make sure that you all knew that that price was actually that had been changed on our website.
And then if we wanted to go and order some for ourselves, which I just bought some last month when it was not on sale, but that's okay. We would go to our Arrow website within the Arrow, and it would have that discounted price reflected in the Arrow replicated.
Yep. So I'll show you that just really quickly. Let's go in there. So if you go to shopping, and you don't have to hit on any of those, you can just click shopping. Then you can go to add-on products. And it's in there, diminishing ice serum, that's our price.
Perfect.
As sales reps, as brand representatives, okay?
And also, I definitely want to get them onto that Facebook group page. So I just go to the ISR National Distributor Group and then click on that icon, and it'll add myself to it.
Yeah, it'll send probably a request, and then we need to approve you. But once we're off the call, Wendy, I can try to find you and just add you into it.
Okay.
But but normally that's what you would do, is just go to Facebook, search ISR National Distributor page, and you should be able to find it. It would have the Targeted Skin logo.
And then tomorrow on that Dr. Graff call at 11 our time, is that for customers as well, or just
you know, they mentioned that that's one of the great things about our Facebook page, is they had mentioned that in the Facebook page. Let me see what their answer was.
Okay.
I would imagine it'd be fine, but let me just see what the answer was. Hold on. Yep, just fine. So customers and brand representatives. So anybody that you want to be on the call, invite them along.
It's the same number as everything is. It's just the same number.
Correct. Yep. It's going to be, I think it starts with 323.
Yeah.
Okay.
673-1406. So you got it.
Okay.
Any other questions?
Shannon, what's the difference between the bifold and the lookbook?
The lookbook is more, the bifold is just a cardboard, no, it's not cardboard, but it's a thicker cardstock, tall and skinny, just bifold thing. The lookbook, I think, is more like 10 pages. And it's actually like, you can flip through, it'll have a little bit on our DNA report, it has something on the product, it has something about the business opportunity or business model, that type of stuff. Like it's a little bit thicker of and heavy duty of a deal.
Okay, and then the bifold is just information about target skin?
Correct. I'll show you. It's the bifold is on. It's in Arrow as well. Excuse me. So if you went to communications and library right here, and then you go to marketing, this is the same document. This is front, targeted skin.
Yeah.
This is back. Okay.
Yeah.
And then this is the inside of it.
Okay.
So this is the bifold. We have it here for you to go and print if you want to, but I would suggest that you just take it to, I would suggest you just go to our replicated site, or you can go to your Arrow and go to shopping here.
Yeah.
Click on shopping and then go to marketing materials.
Yeah.
It's easier and they will come out looking so much better. And for 10, it's $8.50. You can't print those at Kinko's or, FedEx for cheaper than that. I mean, it's going to cost you an arm and a leg. They'll probably be more like $3 a piece to do that. And this is less than $1 a piece going this route.
Yeah.
So they're really, really nice. And what I do is on the back of them, I've stapled my business card to it.
Yeah.
So if you ever wanted to give it to anybody or have them look through it, or you just happen to quote leave it somewhere.
Yeah.
Post it up somewhere.
Okay.
So
Cindy, if you want to order some, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Shannon.
Yeah, I definitely want to.
Well, if you want to order some, we should put 2 orders in and then save on the shipping.
Yep, that'd be a great idea.
Okay.
They've brought the pricing of the shipping down though too, as well. I think it's now like $4.99 or something for shipping, whereas it used to be $10.
Oh, well, that's good. Yeah, $10 is not a good deal.
Let me see. Let me add it to my cart and it'll show us here in a second. Hold on. Oh crap. No, it's not gonna let me do it right now. But I think that I think the ground ship is down to like $4.99 or something like that, $5.99, where it used to be like $10. So
when people order the products, do you know if the shipping is like 10% of the cost, or is it a set amount? How
shipping,
much is it for shipping?
I think we have a flat rate for shipping. I want to say. I think it's around the same price. But again, it could have come down because of, I think we were able to get a cheaper rate somehow or another. So it's possible that might have come down as well, but don't quote me on that. For the shipping for someone in a while, just do it. So, is there anybody else who has any other questions?
Well, I'm excited that they're allowing, customers to come on and learn about the DNA. So I'm going to try to get
definitely something we want to spread the word on. So I don't see, it's great. It's great that they are.
Yeah.
And again, we have our calls on Wednesday night, so don't forget about those. They are at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Again, the same phone number and web link. And those you can invite customers and potential sales reps to that call on Wednesday night. So the goal is to have 2 people per sales rep on the call. So definitely be out there talking to people. And I guess one little hint that I will leave you guys with, and then we can end the call, is I've been listening to a lot of podcasts and audio books and so forth. And one of the audio books that I've been listening to sort of gives a talk track on how to approach people that you don't know regarding your direct sales type of business. And one of the things that he gave as a tip and a trick is to sort of leave people guessing and leave people wondering what it is that you want to talk to them about, not tricking them. And that's not what we're getting at here, but it's an easy way to get people intrigued on wanting to meet with you. And so the example that he gave was he was at a restaurant by himself, and the waitress that was waiting on him just seemed to be extremely busy. I'm sure she wasn't making a ton of money. And so the way he approached it was, hey, listen, there's something I want to talk to you about that I think you might be interested in. That is a way that you can earn some additional income or just some extra money on the side. And I want to talk to you about, now is not the time, but I wanted to, at least if you don't mind, I'd like to give you my business card. And if I can just jot down your phone number, I'd love to follow up with you and set a time for us to meet, whether that's over the phone or in person for coffee. And we can discuss what it is I'm talking about. And they'll be like, oh, well, what is it that you want? What is it? Like, tell me a little bit more. And that's the point where you're just like, well, I think it's something that I promise it's valid. It's not something I think that'll be a waste of your time. But again, now's not the time, because I don't want to be disrespectful to your current employer or what it is that you're currently doing right now. But I definitely think we should find a time to meet. And they might continue to ask you questions about it. And you can give a little bit, but definitely at least try to grab their contact information. We talked a little bit about this on a call with Kim a couple of days ago, and I had two people in particular that when I was just out and about, I was shopping for Christmas one day at Nordstrom's, and then can't remember what the other time, it was a waitress that actually asked me what foundation that I used, and I barely had on any makeup. And so both of them, I made sure to make it a point to definitely at least give them my business card. And if time permits and time allows, certainly try to get their phone number, their contact information, even if it's just their email address, so that you can follow up with them to start having those conversations, because you just never know where you might find the right person to come along and join your team. I know Jacqueline, for instance, who was one of our top 3 representatives in the month of November, I happened to meet her randomly. She was in town visiting her sister-in-law, and I happened to meet her at one of my best friends at her birthday party that one of the girls had brought her to, and just got to talking. She asked what I did, and it was in the beginning of stages of Targeted Skin, but I just told her I have this company that we're building, and it's going to be based around genetic testing and partnering that with skincare and a skin regimen. And she was like, she hounded me until until we actually launched, and now she's one of my top reps. So you never know where you might meet someone, so always be prepared, and always keep your eyes open, keep your head up, and keep looking. And use that little tactic and technique, and there'll be more, because I'm still going through that. But that was one that I wanted to leave you guys with, just to help break the ice a little bit, and then talking to people. So if nobody else has any other questions, then we'll close, and we will talk again next week.
Okay, this is really good, Shannon. I'm glad we're doing it.
Awesome. Me too.
Yeah, thanks, Shannon.
Yeah,
Thank you, Shannon.
The theme of this year is consistency. I want everybody to be consistent. Okay. Don't necessarily feel like you have to rush and build this amazing business in a month, but have consistency. And so I'm going to work on my consistency. I want everybody else to work on theirs, and setting goals and working to achieve those. And consistency, whether that's signing up 2 new sales reps a month, or talking to 2 new people a day about Targeted Skin, or whatever the case may be, just definitely make sure you're consistent with what you're doing, because it may not change your life today, but 6 months from now, that consistency will hold true moving forward. So.
For sure. Hey, Wendy, do you have time to chat after this call?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll give you a call.
Okay.
Awesome.
Thanks, Shannon.
You guys are welcome. Thanks for joining on.
Okay, and we'll see you on Dr. Graf's call tomorrow.
Okay. Have a good night.